Have you ever looked at an old Sacagawea dollar and thought it was nothing more than a forgotten coin sitting at the bottom of a drawer? What if I told you that some of these ordinary-looking dollars have shocked collectors with values reaching hundreds, even thousands of dollars under the right conditions? Today, we're uncovering two Sacagawea dollars that many Americans have spent without a second thought. Some look dirty. Some look like they've been dragged through mud for years. Others are sitting untouched inside old collections. But hidden among them are rare examples that have sent experienced collectors searching through dusty change piles, hoping to discover the next valuable treasure. Stay with me because the final coin in today's countdown could completely change the way you look at your pocket change forever. Before you spend another dollar coin, watch this video all the way to the end. I'll show you exactly what collectors and expert dealers look for, why certain mint state examples have become incredibly desirable, and how a coin that appears almost worthless could actually be worth far more than face value. Some special varieties have brought astonishing auction prices, while others remain hidden in circulation or forgotten in old coin jars. It might be happening in your own home without you even realizing it. So grab your old dollar coins, watch carefully, and let's begin today's countdown of the rare 2000 Sacagawea dollars that could turn ordinary loose change into serious cash. This is a 2000p Sacagawea dollar, and at first glance, it doesn't look like anything special. In fact, thousands of people have tossed these coins into drawers, glove boxes, or even spent them at face value without thinking twice. But here's where the story gets interesting. While millions are produced, a tiny number stand out because of their condition, rare varieties, and unique minting characteristics. Those are the coins that are collectors paying serious money. Today, I'm showing you exactly what to look for before you spend another Sacagawea dollar. When the United States introduced the Sacagawea dollar in 2000, many believed it would replace the paper $1 bill in everyday circulation. The coin featured a beautiful golden color and honored Sacagawea, the Native American woman who helped guide the Lewis and Clark expedition. The government hoped Americans would embrace this new dollar, but that never fully happened. Large numbers of these coins ended up sitting in Federal Reserve vaults or were stored away instead of being used every day. Even today, many remain untouched in rolls, while others are quietly circulated for years. Now here's something that surprises many people. Even though the 2000p Sacagawea dollar isn't made of silver or gold, collectors still chase the finest examples. Why? Because rarity isn't always about the metal. Sometimes it's all about condition. A coin that has never been circulated, never scratched, and still shines with its original mint luster can be worth dramatically more than one that's been passed from hand to hand for decades. Mint state examples are where the serious money begins. But don't throw away the ugly ones just yet. Some 2000p dollars look like they've been dragged through mud, dropped in parking lots, or even pulled from old lake bottoms after years underwater. They appear dirty, worn, and almost worthless. Most are worth only face value. However, experienced collectors know that even heavily circulated coins deserve a second look. Certain rare mint eras and varieties can still command strong prices regardless of appearance, which is why experts carefully inspect every coin before making a decision. One of the biggest reasons collectors become excited about this coin is the possibility of finding a rare error. During the minting process, mistakes occasionally slip through quality control. These can include off-center strikes, double strikes, die cracks, clip planches, or other unusual production errors. While these mistakes are uncommon, authenticated examples have attracted strong interest from collectors because every genuine error tells a unique story from a United States mint. Now let's talk about one of the most famous discoveries connected to this series, the so-called Cheerios dollar. A limited number of specially packaged 2000p Sacagawea dollars included a distinctive eagle tail feather design that differs from the regular circulation version. Those rare coins have become legendary among collectors and have sold for thousands of dollars when authenticated and preserved in exceptional condition. Most 2000p dollars are not this variety, but knowing how to recognize it can make all the difference. Condition is everything. Collectors use grading terms like mint state 63, 65, 67, and even higher to describe preservation. The higher the grade, the fewer examples exist. A coin with brilliant original surfaces, sharp details, and almost no marks can bring surprisingly high premiums. That's why many collectors examine these coins under magnification before deciding whether they are worth sending to a professional grading service. Auction records have shown that outstanding examples of a 2000p Sacagawea dollar can sell for hundreds and, in exceptional cases, thousands of dollars when they combine outstanding preservation with desirable characteristics or recognized rare varieties. These aren't ordinary circulated coins. They're the very best survivors. That's why collectors compete fiercely whenever one appears at a major auction. Imagine finding one inside an old family coin jar. Maybe it has been sitting untouched for years. Maybe someone received it as change decades ago and simply forgot about it. Stories like this happen more often than people realize. Valuable coins are sometimes discovered in dusty boxes, inherited collections, forgotten bankrolls, and even loose change that has been ignored for years. One mistake many people make is cleaning old coins. They think a shiny coin must be worth more. In reality, cleaning often damages the original surface and can reduce a collectible coin's value. Professional collectors usually prefer natural, untouched surfaces, even if the coin has toned over time. Before polishing any old coin, it's worth understanding how cleaning can affect its desirability. Another thing to examine carefully is the edge, the lettering details, and the overall strike quality. Although most 2000p Sacagawea dollars are produced normally, certain coins display unusually strong strikes with crisp details, while others may show interesting mint-made imperfections. Many collectors search through bankrolls looking specifically for 2000p Sacagawea dollars because they know treasures can still be hiding in plain sight. Every roll contains another chance. Most coins will simply be worth $1, but it only takes one extraordinary discovery to change everything. The fascinating part about coin collecting is that nobody knows where the next important discovery will happen. It could be inside a forgotten piggy bank, an old estate collection, or a dusty container that's been sitting on a shelf for 20 years. That's what makes every search exciting. Every coin deserves at least a careful look before it's spent. So before you ignore that old golden dollar because it looks common, remember this: appearances can be deceiving. A coin that seems ordinary today could turn out to be a highly desirable collectible if it has the right variety, the right condition, or genuine mint error. That's why knowledgeable collectors never rush when examining old coins. And don't go anywhere, because the next coin on today's countdown has its own remarkable story. At first glance, it looks almost identical, yet certain examples have captured the attention of collectors across the country. You won't want to miss what makes the 2000D Sacagawea dollar worth inspecting so carefully. The next coin on today's countdown is the 2000D Sacagawea dollar, and if you've ever received one in your change, you probably didn't think twice before spending it. It looks like an ordinary golden dollar. It doesn't sparkle like gold or silver, and many people believe it's worth only $1. But that assumption has caused countless valuable coins to slip through people's fingers. Some collectors are paying serious money for exceptional examples of this coin, and today I'm showing you exactly why. When the United States Mint struck the 2000D Sacagawea dollar at the Denver Mint, millions of coins rolled off the presses. The government's goal was simple: encourage Americans to use dollar coins instead of paper bills. But the plan never fully caught on. As a result, countless Sacagawea dollars ended up sitting inside Federal Reserve storage, while others slowly entered circulation over the years. Even today, many people rarely see one, making every discovery a little more exciting. Now here's where things become interesting. Just because millions were minted doesn't mean every coin is the same. Collectors know that condition changes everything. A heavily worn coin that has spent years moving from pocket to pocket may only be worth face value. But an untouched mint-state example with blazing original luster can attract impressive attention from buyers. That's why experienced dealers carefully inspect every 2000D Sacagawea dollar they come across. Some of these coins look absolutely terrible. They are scratched, stained, dirty, and sometimes appear as though they've been dragged through mud for years. Others have been recovered from forgotten storage boxes, abandoned piggy banks, old cash registers, and even water-damaged collections. At first glance, they may seem like trash. But here's the surprise. Even rough-looking coins deserve a close inspection because certain genuine mint errors can still make them collectible regardless of appearance. One of the first things experts check is the strike quality. A sharply struck coin displays stronger details in Sacagawea's portrait and the soaring eagle on the reverse. Coins with exceptional strikes and beautiful surfaces become much harder to find as the grade increases. That's why collectors are willing to pay far more for outstanding examples than for ordinary circulated pieces. Now let's talk about mint errors because this is where the excitement really begins. During production, mistakes occasionally occurred. Off-center strikes, clip planches, die cracks, struck-through errors, and other unusual mint-made varieties can all attract collector interest when properly authenticated. These mistakes are uncommon, but when they appear on a 2000D Sacagawea dollar, they often become the highlight of a collection. Auction history has shown that ordinary circulated coins usually sell close to face value, but top-quality certified mint-state examples, and especially authenticated error coins, can bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their rarity, grade, and collector demand. That's exactly why professional numismatists examine these dollars so carefully before deciding whether they desire certification. Imagine opening an old coin jar that hasn't been touched for 20 years. You dump the coins onto a table and notice a dull golden dollar mixed in with pennies and nickels. Most people would spend it without hesitation. A knowledgeable collector would stop immediately, examine every detail under good lighting, and look for characteristics that separate an ordinary coin from an exceptional one. Here's another mistake people make. They think cleaning an old coin will increase its value. In reality, polishing or scrubbing a collectible coin often leaves tiny hairline scratches that professional grading companies can easily detect. Original, untouched surfaces are generally preferred by collectors because they preserve the coin's authentic appearance. Sometimes a naturally toned coin is worth much more than one that's been cleaned to look shiny. Many experienced collectors also pay attention to contact marks. Since dollar coins were stored together in large bags, they often bumped into each other before leaving the mint. Finding a 2000D Sacagawea dollar with very few marks is much more difficult than many people realize. That's one reason why high-grade examples become increasingly valuable as the grade climbs. The Denver Mint produced enormous numbers of these coins, but only a tiny percentage survived in nearly flawless condition. Every year, more coins enter circulation, receive additional wear, or become damaged. Truly pristine examples become harder to locate over time, increasing their desirability among collectors searching for the very best. Some collectors spend entire weekends searching through bankrolls, estate collections, flea markets, and dusty change piles hoping to discover one overlooked treasure. Most searches end with ordinary coins, but it only takes one remarkable find to make all the effort worthwhile. That's the excitement that keeps the hobby alive year after year. If you own a 2000D Sacagawea dollar, don't judge it by its appearance alone. Look closely at the date, the mint mark, the strike, and the overall preservation. Use a magnifying glass if possible, and compare your coin with known examples of valuable varieties. Careful observation has helped many collectors identify coins they almost overlooked. The incredible thing about coin collecting is that valuable discoveries are still being made today. Hidden inside forgotten collections, tucked away in dresser drawers, or resting quietly inside old family coin jars, rare coins continue to surprise people across America. Your next exciting discovery could already be sitting in your home without you even realizing it. So before you spend another Sacagawea dollar, take one final look. That ordinary-looking 2000D Sacagawea dollar could be far more interesting than you ever imagined. While most examples are worth only face value, exceptional mint state coins, authenticated mint errors, and rare collectible varieties have proven that this humble dollar can become a prized addition to a collection, and in the right circumstances, it might be worth far more than just $1.